Seth, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks. It's so good to be back.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
we're going to jump in and talk about a lot of things that are happening at EXP around AI and technology and innovation. There's no shortage of topics to
All
discuss.
my favorite topics.
I know,
Yeah.
all your favorite topics. So let's start with some of the stuff that we've been working on here at EXP.
Yeah.
And one of our favorite things, and that is the hub.
Awesome. Yeah. Man, the hub has been one of the coolest projects I think I've ever worked on.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Let's go back to the history of the hub.
Yeah.
So we had Workplace,
Yeah.
and Workplace was sort of our central communication.
Right.
And then, of course, Meta decided to retire Workplace.
Workplace was no more.
Not our fault.
Right.
But we had to come up with a replacement.
That's right. Yeah. So the initial replacement that we decided for Workplace would just be Slack.
Yes.
And we moved over to Slack, and Slack is what Slack is.
And that wasn't such a great move.
Right.
Yes.
Not everybody. I mean, it was just it's just messaging, Slack,
Yes.
right? So we lost that sense of, or center of community, right? That were the groups, that experience, that social media type of experience.
Yes. And our agents let us know that they
let us
weren't
know.
happy about that.
That's right. That's
Yes.
right. So yeah, we had to fix it.
Yeah,
So
we had to fix it.
one person in particular took it upon himself.
Yes, and that would be for everyone listening or watching, Glenn Sanford,
Glenn
our
Sanford
founder, heard
himself.
loud and clear.
Yeah.
And specifically, if we timestamp it, it would have been at EXPCon
Right.
2025.
Right.
So the fall of 2025, Glenn heard our agents say, we're not happy with Slack. We don't like having just messaging.
That's
we
right.
miss the interface that we had with Workplace, with groups, and
Yeah.
how we could have groups and how we could do more with sort of that connectivity. And we want it back, frankly, is what they said.
Exactly. And so it even, we were here, as you know, we were
Yeah.
hearing it even before then, and Glenn got to work. And it was sort of an interesting time where AI rose to the occasion at just the right time.
Yes.
Where we had tools that allowed the concept of vibe coding.
Yes.
So for a non-current coder,
Yes.
like Glenn, to take what he knows, he's an expert in agent community, and he took what he knew and he built the first version of the hub using Lovable, Claude Code, and all of the AI coding tools that were available at that time.
Yes.
And got it to a point where, he could unveil it.
He could unveil it.
Yeah.
And that's what I want people to understand is essentially what Glenn did was tell these tools, and
That's
at
right.
that point it was really Lovable was the tool he was building on.
Yeah.
I want to replicate Workplace at that point, right?
Right, but tailor-made for
Yes.
our specific use case. So we all wanted Workplace back, but Glenn was like, we can probably do better.
We can make it better.
Yeah.
But initially
Yeah.
he started off saying
Yeah.
I want groups, I
That's
want
right.
chat, and then
Yeah.
it grew from there.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think the inspiration that I want people listening to take away from this story, and we're going to continue on with the story, but
Yeah.
the initial inspiration I want people to take away from is if you have an idea, if you see something, all you need to do is start to have the conversation with the robot.
That's exactly
Whether
right.
it's Claude, whether it is ChatGPT, whatever it is, have the conversation. That's what we call prompting.
Right.
Right?
That's right. And you don't need to overthink it.
Yes.
You don't need to look up what the right prompt is.
Yes.
Especially these days.
Yeah.
Whatever you would tell somebody that you want to have built for you, right? Just tell it to the robot.
Yeah,
and
tell it to the robot.
Yeah, have the robot do the
Yeah.
work.
But it captures the spirit of innovation.
It does.
That this entire company that today we know as Agent, as a publicly traded worldwide company that we are with over 87,000 agents in 28 different countries and growing, it captures the spirit of innovation
It does.
that Glenn founded the company on, that still drives this company today, which is
Right.
part of what
Right.
you and I are lucky enough to be inside of every single day. But the hub, to me, every time I'm in there messaging, and of course it now is sort of this central piece of what we work off of every day,
Right.
is a reminder of just the spirit of EXP and what agent represents.
I think that's the perfect way to put it. And yeah, that we're you can't stop innovating. You can't stop thinking like a startup.
Yes.
And that's exactly what we would do if we were starting up. Is we would build exactly what we want.
Yeah.
And even though we're in flight and we're at scale and we're on the on NASDAQ, we still have to continue to operate in the way, the spirit of
the
this
spirit
thing.
of what we do,
And
which is why we're just getting started.
Exactly.
Right? Like that's why
Exactly.
we see it so up close.
Right.
That that we are just getting started on
Honestly.
what this company will become
Honestly,
next.
yeah.
So
yeah.
we have the hub.
So we have the hub, and then we sort of graduated it up. Glenn's pretty busy.
Yes. He's pretty busy.
Yep. So he got it to an amazing position.
Yeah.
And then we built a little team around it to take it from there and productionize it and flesh it out with all of the features that we might want to have, that we've always dreamed of having.
Yes.
That are really specific to EXP. So now we have.
Now we have groups, we have live TV,
That's
we
right.
have fully built out messaging with lots of capabilities. You can
Everything,
schedule send, you can have folders.
Exactly.
It's incredible what we can do.
Exactly. So it's all the things you would expect in like a social networking type of experience and UI, with all of the specifics that we would want at EXP for real estate, referral functionality, all of that kind of good stuff.
And what I love is we have made it what we call our Agent OS.
Yes.
So one of the questions that we always get is, where do I go to find? And then you fill in the blank after that.
Totally.
And the answer to that now for all of our EXP agents is you go to the hub.
Yeah, that's right.
And then the follow-up question might be for agents is, how do I find the hub? And the answer to that is you just go to exprealty.com and go to the login button, and you'll see the login there to get you to the hub.
That's it.
So we've simplified everything.
Exactly. And that's the goal. The business is busy.
Yes.
Being a real estate agent is hard.
Exactly.
And so we don't need to make it any harder.
Exactly.
So we want to make it easier. And now like you said, exprealty.com, click login, click I'm an agent, you'll end up in the hub.
That's right.
And then from the hub, that's your gateway to everything else within the Agent OS at EXP.
Yes.
There's an app store baked into the hub.
Yes.
The hub itself is a platform too. We think of it that way.
Yeah.
So it is the gateway to everything else. It has an API on it, so people can extend and build on the hub. And it can be so much.
Super cool. Yes.
Yeah,
So
it
when
can
you
be
go
so
in there
much.
for agents, you're going to see your SkySlope, you're going to see your My EXP.
Right.
When you go into the App Store, you're going to be able to see your Canva, you're going to be able to see everything that you want to connect to, your university, whatever you need, it's all in there in the hub.
Exactly. Some of our partners, House Canary for CMAs, that's all in there. Everything you can imagine. I think basically anybody, no matter how long you've been at EXP, is going to discover some things that they didn't even know we offered.
Yeah. Yes.
And that's what we want.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tools. There's a lot of programs. No matter where you are in your business, what type of business you're running, we have something that's going to be interesting and helpful.
Yeah.
And now you can find a lot of that stuff just from that app store inside of the hub. And check back often because it's always being updated.
Yeah, it's always being updated. And the groups are so incredible now. You can search groups and you can customize that feed. So you have that sort of feed, if you think of a Facebook feed, it looks like that familiarity of a Facebook feed in there, but you can customize it so you can see your local market, you can add into other markets into that feed or other groups or areas into that feed. So if I'm doing business in multiple markets, I can add into groups in those multiple geographical areas so I can see that. So that ability to customize what I'm seeing, I know our agents are really loving.
That's actually, I'm glad you pointed that out. That's one of many key differentiators, right? From something like a Facebook product, which was Workplace. So that main feed was hectic,
Yes.
right? Your Facebook feed is hectic, and you don't see the most recent, you don't even see the things that are necessarily most pertinent to you at the top of that feed.
Yeah.
You see what they want you to discover, right? Because they're trying to maximize time on site, and we want to maximize productivity.
Right.
We want to maximize ease in your business and stuff,
Yeah.
right? So we can surface the things that really matter that are coming up next, trainings that are happening, things that are time sensitive. And then, like you said, agents can actually customize up to 4 different feeds
Yep.
inside of the hub. So you can have one for your local market, one for your state, so on and so forth. But
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
really quite cool.
Super cool.
Yeah,
All right. Well,
yeah.
I think we've done our pitch on the hub. I think
Yeah.
anyone listening can tell we're
Get in
pretty
there.
excited
Yeah.
about it.
Join us.
Yes, join us in the hub. You
Yeah.
can come find us there. Yeah,
That's right.
actually, they can follow us in the hub.
They
and
really can. Yeah.
Message us in the hub. It's
Yep.
it's how agents can access us. We're all available
Yeah.
in the hub. So
Yeah,
it
that's
is our central communication spot.
Exactly. Yeah. Our profile pages, our feeds, our groups, our DMs, everything is in there.
Is in there, yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's switch gears because our job is essentially to solve problems
Yep.
and remove roadblocks
That's
for our agents so they can go out there and do their business.
That's right.
And one of the problems that you have been working on solving most recently has been around Google My Business.
Yes. Yeah.
And
yeah.
we've run into a roadblock
Right.
with Google My Business profiles. So tell us what that roadblock has been, and let's chat through how we've been working to solve that.
So yeah, this was a baddie. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember
Yeah.
messaging you at the beginning of the year saying
Yeah.
Seth, I'm out here on the
This is
road with
getting bad.
agents,
Yeah.
and we got a problem.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened was the Google business profiles.
Yes.
For a real estate agent.
Yes.
As we know, even from when we were agents.
Yes.
Crucial place.
Crucial place
For
that
your
agents have spent
reviews.
years getting
Exactly.
reviews.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. Yeah. You've racked up those reviews. You've
Yeah.
worked incredibly hard. And what Google was doing was retroactively going back now and checking the compliance for certain rules that that were unenforced or easily mistaken or whatever.
Yes. Or if you made a change to your profile,
if you've made a change,
that would trigger
that's right.
a review.
A new review. And what was happening
Sorry, a
was
review of your profile, we should clarify.
Right,
If you
that's
made
right.
a change of a phone number or an
Yeah.
email address or any sort of change to the information on your profile,
Right.
Google would review your profile,
Right.
which would then cause what you're about to say to happen. Suspension of your profile.
Suspension of your profile, in some cases.
Deletion
of
your profile.
profiles. So just years
Yes.
of hard work
Yes.
gone.
Yeah.
And
business, right? Like a
business, yeah.
business, because
If you-
people get so much business from their profiles.
Exactly. I mean, it's like your resume in
Yeah.
a lot of ways, right? And then it's gone. So understandably serious problem. To make matters worse, the support agents, in some cases, were
And these would be the Google support agents.
Google support agents,
So,
yes.
so,
Yeah.
so this happens to me. All of a sudden, my profile is gone. I don't know
reach
what the
out
heck's
to
going
Google.
on. I reach
Yeah.
out to Google. That's the spinning spiral wheel of death.
Exactly. So it takes a long time, and some of those Google support agents were inaccurately telling agents that they weren't even eligible to have
A
business
Google profile. Yes.
which is wrong.
Yes.
Right. So
So this all
This is
escalates up to us.
This comes to us.
let's get this fixed.
Right, and we're feeling the urgency.
Yes.
Because this is unacceptable.
Yes.
And this is our job, like you said,
Yeah.
to solve this. So this was an interesting moment though, because our relationship has run so deeply with Google in a lot of other places, with providing them data for a new listing product.
Seth, let's just highlight, this was happening because Google was saying that virtual businesses
Yeah.
were not eligible to have Google My Business profiles.
Right, that's right.
And
Yeah.
it was happening across any virtual business.
Any virtual
not
business.
just EXP or not just the real estate business. And it was happening because bots were sort of gaming the system, and Google had to find a way to stop that.
That's exactly right, is that it is easy to start a business now. So it's easy for an AI agent, an AI and a not a real estate agent, but just an AI, let's say, to start.
That's why I
business.
said bots.
Yeah, bots. Yeah, that's a good call. And so Google is flooded with new business profiles.
Yes.
Right, and not all of them are real.
Yeah.
And so they're overdoing it on the suspension, right?
Yes,
is what they were
so
trying to do.
they swung the pendulum a little too far,
right.
and we kind of got caught up in that.
Right, that's it.
Okay, so let's go to the fix. How we got this
so we
fixed.
we end up escalating, or leveraging our increasingly deep relationship with Google to one of the leaders of Google search, the product itself. And so this was great. So Leo and I got on a call with him and let him know what was happening. And he was just as upset as we were, I would say. And felt the urgency in the same way. And valued our partnership. A company like EXP at the scale we're at, this is one of the benefits. That you can leverage that scale, remind them of the relationship that we've had, and get somebody like the leader of Google
remind
search.
them would be remind them of how much money we spend,
right? Exactly.
Collectively.
Exactly. And then just let them know how wrong and unjust and much of a problem it is equally for them.
It really is an example of like using the paintbrush to solve the problem with the one broad stroke. That really wasn't the right approach.
That's right. And there is, needless to say, if it doesn't, if it's not abundantly clear, any virtual business can have a Google business profile, especially EXP agents. And there is a way to do it. There's certain guidelines, the way you can set it up, but it's available. And nobody should be told that they can't have a Google business profile.
And so the outcome is we've been able to get profiles back for our agents.
So we now have this direct line to this team. So it's above support. It's in the product, the product of Google search.
So we've gone around support.
Around their entire support department to this direct line. And so we whipped up a quick piece of software that's basically a form for any EXP agent to fill out with their Google Business Profile ID, Case ID. Just real quick, 5-minute thing. It goes directly to Google, and then they have a sheet that gets output from the form, and they are fixing the issue. They are reviving every profile. They are helping agents get whatever settings need to be changed. They're helping them get them changed and then get live as soon as possible.
Awesome.
And we're finally seeing these profiles come back to life.
That is amazing.
It is such a relief to see. I can.
I've seen the messages from our agents. I've gotten the thank yous, as you have too, and we really just want to get the word out if you have been impacted by this, reach out to us. We will help you get your profile back. If you know somebody, let them know. We can help them get their profile back. They don't have to just accept this and say,
they don't.
Google, did this, there's nothing we can do. We have a fix.
That's right. And Google support shouldn't tell any other agents this going forward. But if it does, just know that it is wrong. And any agent, just reach out to us, point you in the direction of the form. It'll be in the hub as well, in the Hub App Store. Just search for Google.
Exactly.
And then we can fix it. That long story short. So this has been one of those moments where it's good to be scaled.
It's good to have scale. Because we just all felt so horrible when we learned that this was happening, and we knew we had to find a way to get through all the layers of Google to the right people that could understand this problem and help us get these profiles back for our agents.
It's just such a helpless feeling when they tell you case closed. What are you going to do?
It's years of work. And it's not like you can go back to those clients from 3 years and 5 years ago and say, "Can you write me another review?"
My profile got that's
crazy.
never going to happen. And
crazy thing.
Glad that's in progress.
Glad that
now.
is. All right. Well, let's let's talk a little bit about like some innovation stuff.
Yeah,
Like you're
yeah.
a chief innovation officer, the coolest title ever. Like
Agreed.
you get told that all the time.
Agreed.
So what's some innovative things that like is cooking in your world? What are you watching out there on the landscape of innovation?
I think what's really cool, there's so many cool things.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'll preface it with that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very hard to sleep at night. It's very hard to find the time to sleep because there's so many cool things.
Yeah.
I mean, I open up a million tabs a day.
I'm sure.
And just for things to dig into and check out. But what is very cool is how much easier it is getting every day to build systems that can truly run your business in an AI first sort of way, in like an agentically native way.
Yes.
And there's a lot of right ways to go, where even just a couple of months ago, I would be paralyzed by the options where like, oh man, we need to commit. Do we build on this platform or this platform or this platform? But now there's several where you just can't go wrong. You know?
So just pick a platform.
Just pick a platform and start going about it in a way where you ask yourself the hard questions. This is sort of the exercise that I like to go through, is think about two ways, two lenses. One, if I were starting over today, I got booted from my own business somehow.
Yes.
You know, how would I build it, knowing what I know is out there?
Yeah.
You know, what would I start with?
Yes.
And I would urge you to also like constrain yourself that you don't have a lot to invest in it.
Yes.
So get crafty, and that way you'll end up with something better.
Yes.
Actually. And then the other way to think about it is, who would be the like absolute worst competitor for me? What would they look like? What would they be offering because of their AI nativeness, let's say? And sort of go about it that way. And then you get to sort of think about, okay, I now know what I don't want to face in a competitor. How do I do that? So there's a lot of cool things out there. There's a company called Sim, S-I-M.
Yes. You're
Sim.AI.
Excited about them.
Very excited about them.
Yes.
It might sound like a commercial for them, but
we have meetings about them. Yes,
I know. It's just what I love about it is it's almost like a vibe coding kind of experience where you just tell it, like, I want to be able to not have to do this anymore. I want to be able to have these three systems talk to each other, where when this happens in one, and
systems talking to each other and fewer systems. I'm all about it.
Well, and then Sim sometimes can even recommend me, like, you don't need that system. You know, we can use the database inside of this system, right? And Sim is just one of the tools.
Yes.
You know, that's like an example of that. You can do the same thing in Google's new Agent Studio, right?
Yeah.
You can do it in some regards, right? In some ways, you can, depending on what your end goal is, your level of wanting to get your hands dirty. There's all these different ways to go, and that accessibility is what I'm excited about, because we saw it, like we were just talking about with the hub. We saw that accessibility come to software development with like Lovable, and now we're seeing it come to being able to build orchestrated agentic
cool.
enterprises, and that's very exciting.
That
Somebody asked me the other day, like, what's missing from like a lot of companies just making the jump, and I was like, oh, it's actually not. It's like nothing now, you know. It's like, really, we're there.
Yes.
It's almost.
Somebody said to me, we're recording this at Inman Connect.
We are,
and somebody said to me that they observed their spouse works outside of the real estate industry, and they were sharing that the industry that their spouse works in is not having any of the conversations around AI and technology that the real estate industry is having.
Interesting.
And I thought that was like so interesting to think that we are so far ahead in our industry that other industries are.
Yeah, you don't hear that often about the real estate industry.
You don't hear that often. So, I mean, kudos to us.
Yes.
So survey of one,
right.
but we certainly are ahead of the curve.
Absolutely.
And definitely here for us at EXP, that's very much because of your leadership. So thank you so much for sitting down and sharing some insights with us. It's always great to get to have these conversations.
Thanks for having me. I love this.
You're welcome.
All right.